people, welcome back. Sorry about that. I don't know why the stream froze, but it happened. So I'll give y'all a few minutes to get here. Thank y'all for y'all's love and patience. Let's see. It's crazy how my streams just randomly will freeze. So I don't know if it has to do with me being out in the country or what. Hey, welcome back. Sorry about that. Hey, Eternal, welcome back, baby. I don't know what happened, but you know how my streams act crazy. I actually forgot I had food in the kitchen on a plate that I didn't get a chance to eat, so it gave me a chance to stop and remember I had food, since I never ate today yet. It looks like some like that summer sausage with fried potatoes with some red peppers mixed in there and corn, and it's corn on the cob, but I just normally just cut the corn off the cob, so that's what I'm doing right now. I need to eat. I don't know, everybody gets on to me when I don't. Sometimes I just don't get the time to eat, because it also depends on what time I wake up. Like, I try to wake up by 6 p.m. to give me a chance to wake up and do a couple things real quickly, and then jump in the shower, and then get ready. And most times I don't ever get a chance to eat before I start, so that's how you eat your corn too. You cut it off the cob. Yeah, it's just easier. I'm not gonna sit here and break my teeth or anything trying to eat all this, so it's good. What y'all have for dinner? Yeah, sounds good. I haven't had French toast in a long time. Oh, I love Caesar salad and grilled chicken. That sounds good too. A grilled chicken Caesar salad wrap. That sounds good. Oh, Marissa made it tonight. Oh, oh, sweet of her. Yeah, because I haven't had bacon in a while either. But y'all know how picky I am about my bacon. It better still wiggle at me for me to eat it. My pinky up. Yeah, I do that. I don't know where I got that habit from, but I've been doing it as far back as I can remember. I always drink with my pinky up. It's just a habit. It's cute. Oh, thank you. So I got me a Code Red to drink too. So now I got plenty of caffeine. If I wanted to stream for the rest of the morning, I guess I could. So what else is going on with y'all? Oh, Eternal. I finally did get one of those decks I was telling you about. It finally arrived today. I'm sure you probably like it because it's more like a shadow deck. I just kind of browsed through it real quickly. And there were a couple cards in there. When I looked at them, I thought of you, Eternal. Let me grab it. But some of those other decks that I ordered last year, they still haven't arrived. And I'm just completely frustrated. Let's see. I'll just show y'all the majors in it. Let's see. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you think I'd be fine with a trucker at the Waffle House. Okay. Here, let me show y'all this deck. Let me see. Okay, here's the full card. You separate these. I thought that one was pretty. There's a different version of the full though. And you know, I don't normally read the guidebook, so I guess I'm gonna have to read it to try and fully understand the author, the creator's interpretation of it. And this is the Magician. This looked like a card I thought would speak to you, Eternal. High Priestess. I thought this is a cool image of the High Priestess. It's a different image of a High Priestess card. I like it. I'm not in love with it, though. The Empress. I do like this card. And you could tell it's like the... When I look at this card and a couple other ones, it really does speak more like a shadow deck because the images are darker. But I thought this was a cool interpretation of the Empress. The Emperor. So it looks a lot like the Empress card, but it's the Emperor. And then this is the Hierophant, which to me this is like a darker version of the Hierophant. Looks kind of wicked to me. Reminds me of like a sorcerer in a sense. My spirit guide said it reminds him of a goblin. Don't know why goblin, but that's what he just said. And this is a pretty card of the Lovers. So I like this card too. And even though it's supposed to be like a darker version of the Lovers, I can still see light in it too. The Chariot. You know, like the white horses type with the carriage, and I do like that. And I like the blue background. When I originally saw the cards online, before they had printed, because obviously this is a brand new deck that just came out. I thought the background was going to be brighter than what it is, which is what I fell in love with. But I can still see the blue. It's just the blue background is darker than what I thought it would be. And then here's the Justice card. Hopefully y'all can see that. I think that's an interesting image of the Justice. You like the reflection? Yeah, I can see where, you know, like I said, I could see the shadow side of it, but I could see there's light in the shadow, which I do like that reflection of it, where I can see both. Like I can read this as both a shadow deck and a light deck. So I have connected to it. Here's the Hermit. This is a cool image of the Hermit. And instead of him being holding the lantern, you could see the lights right here instead. And it looks like he's standing on top of like a mount, or it even kind of looked at me at a certain point like even like a tower type. And then the Wheel of Fortune. I thought this was a different image of the Wheel of Fortune. It looks like a one of those dials, but it's on stone. You can see like it looks like a clock almost, but it's on like stone. So you think back during the Stone Age days type. Or even almost like the time of what was that? Before medieval times. But I thought this was a cool image. And then here's the Strength card. And this card, Eternal, this reminded me of something. When I first saw this, I thought of you, okay? Here's the Strength card. And Eternal, I'm sure you could see why it made me think of you. Runes. Yeah, the other one, the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, a rune. Yeah, that's a better way of describing that one. So, I thought this is cool, like having this creature. I don't know if you want to call it a shadow person. I don't know. But I thought it was pretty cool for the Strength card. And then I have, let's see, the Hangman, which looks like it has a bat hanging, which is pretty cool to use a bat as the Hangman. And then let me see. Here's the Death card, which I do like this Death card, because death is supposed to be change, transition, endings, new beginnings. Even though it represents death, like peeling the skin like a snake, you could see the new beginning with like this, shining the light, that there's light that's coming through. So I kind of like that representation of it. And then this one is Temperance. And I don't know why, but this card made me automatically think of Merlin, the sorcerer. it automatically, when I saw it, it's like, that looks like Merlin to me. And then here we got the devil, which it looks like a snake, but it looks like, what is that? It looks like something sitting on top of a snake. I don't know if y'all can see that. But this is the snake right here. And then there's the figure standing on it. So that was a different interpretation of the devil from the traditional. And then here's the tower, which I thought this was an interesting image of the tower card. So I like how it was like separated. I don't know if y'all can see that. Like individual pieces being separated, like broken apart. And then the next one is the star. I thought that was a pretty cool star too, because it kind of reminds me of like I get the feeling like a lost soul when I look at it. And this lost soul has found hope and faith again by this star shining down on it. Hello, Jericho. Hi, Skeletor. So I thought that was a pretty image. And then this is the moon card. And I thought this one was pretty. I like this moon card. And I like how it's represented with this all around it on water. Hi, Sean. And I thought the next one is the sun. I thought this was a cool card, the way it's depicted. You can see there's people down here, and it looks like they're inside of some kind of building. And you see the opening of the top of this building to allow the sun shining down on them. I like this card. So I thought that was a beautiful, different interpretation of the sun. And then next one is Judgment, which this is also interesting. I like. You can see like there's one hand in the water. It looks like a reflection of this hand here, but it's not. Like, well, that's interesting. It's kind of spooky, but it's supposed to be the shadow side of yourself. And then the last one is the world. And I don't know why, but when I first saw it, it made me think of like a nebula, but I don't know why. But I thought that was pretty cool, the way they have it here, how it's depicted. So I think it's a beautiful deck. Like I said, I just wish the background images were brighter. I wish the blue was brighter, because when I first looked at it, it looked brighter than what it is. It's still a pretty blue, which blue is one of my favorite colors. I just wish it was brighter than what it is. But then I guess that I think if they had made the background image a little brighter, I think people could be able to like connect to it more because you can see the darker side of it, like a shadow deck. But then you could see the brightness coming in because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to shine light on the darker side of yourself, you know. So it's a pretty deck though. I like it. And you like it, Eternal. I figured you would. So that'll be another deck I'll use at some point. I mean, I just pulled out my Wonderland deck earlier tonight for that one of those paid readings. Hi, Night Wolf. So, dang it, my ear got plugged. Yeah, blue is one of my favorite colors. That electric royal blue or cobalt blue has always been my favorite shade of blue. You have a blue car, huh? My car is white. White with black top. Hi, Soul. Hey, Syncope. How you doing, baby? Yes, Syncope. The other live did crash. That's why I had to restart it. Unfortunately. I know you know what that is like, so... Why did yours crash too, baby? And there goes my bladder. Doggone it. Hey, Matthew. Jericho, it's time to let her go, baby. I know you might envy him, but you just gotta believe there's someone else out there that's better for you. And that's pretty crazy, Syncope, that yours crashes because of the airplanes over above, but... No, because I wasn't streaming then, so I can't even say that. Because I used to live by the airport, my old house, but... And I would get airplanes that would fly above all the time, but here, I I think I've only heard an airplane one time since I've been living in this house. Hi, Matthew. How you doing, baby? That's crazy, Eternal. Yeah, I know. Summer's gonna be over before you know it. This is true, Skeletor. Syncope, because I'm out in the country, baby. Like, I'm out in the true country, out in the sticks. And because I don't have Wi-Fi at my house at all. Um, The only way I'm able to stream is through my phone. And I think it just gets interrupted just because I'm out in the sticks from time to time. Like, cause even my radio stations, there's some stations I cannot get living out here. It's all staticky. If I drive about 10 minutes down the road, I'll get them in then. But I'll be able to hear some of it, but it's still very staticky. So I think it has a lot to do with the area I'm at. Hello, Clemage. Yeah, Jericho, but there's always going to be someone out there better looking than you. Just like there's always going to be beautiful women out there who are always going to be better looking than me. But I don't allow that to bother me. Because it's not just about my physical appearance. It's about who I am on the inside. It's about the content of my character, not just my outward appearance. That's what you got to focus on. That's pretty cool. Yeah, football season's around the corner. I haven't watched football in years. I don't get a chance to really keep up with it anymore. Plus, I don't get cable. That's right, Skeletor. And Tim, I agree. You know, Jericho, I know you're a guy, baby, but do you realize even the most beautiful people in the world, both men and women, the ones that are like the supermodels, the good-looking celebrities, who have the fame and the money, they're the most insecure people out there. And they're constantly comparing themselves to others. That everybody always looks at them like, oh man, you're good looking. Oh wow, you're beautiful. Oh, and you got, fame and money and what do you have to complain about? They don't have that high self-esteem though. They still are missing some of their confidence because they're always comparing themselves to the person that's standing next to them. Doesn't matter how many people tell them that they're good looking, they don't believe that within themselves. And it shows at times. So like me, baby, I don't allow anyone else, I see beautiful people all the time, men and women. But if to put myself next to another gorgeous woman, let's just say there's a bombshell that walks in, stands next to me, and let's just say that, she has a more beautiful frame, you know, has we'll say the extra cushion in all the areas that you guys like and appreciate. Is she gonna make me feel less of myself or feel insecure of myself just because she's sitting in the room next to me? Nope. She can't ever make me feel less of myself. Why? Because I'm not trying to compare myself to her. Why? Because I still know I'm still just as good looking as her. So she can't intimidate me. She can't make me feel inferior. Um, and I still have all my confidence that I walked in there with before she even walked through the door. It doesn't bother me. You know, I can still appreciate her. I can appreciate all the beautiful things about her. I can appreciate, you know, that maybe she was blessed to be born with a big butt and big breast and all this and that, but does that make me any less attractive? Not to me. I mean, maybe other guys might find her more appealing than me, but I'm still proud of me. I still love me. I still know who I am. And just by physical appearance, no, because there's more to me than what meets the eye. Not saying that there's not more to, you know, other women out there who are more attractive than me. I'm not saying they don't have anything. You know, I'm not saying they don't have a brain or anything, but you do come across some of them who don't use their brain. They lack that type of intelligence. They don't, you know, they don't have the street smarts or the book smarts, or they don't apply themselves. So why? Because they've been so surrounded and focused on their looks, because their looks has always gotten them somewhere. I'm not like that. You know, and though they get all this attention from people, but behind closed doors, I'm telling you, they're tearing themselves apart, constantly comparing themselves to the person next door or who's standing next to them. To where I'm not doing that. I'm a different breed. Um, and it's not about, I'm not conceited. I'm just confident in who I am. And I think that's the difference. I think confidence speaks volumes from person to person. And it doesn't matter how good looking you are, as long as you're confident. That's one of the most attractive traits any one of us can have. So, exactly, Matthew. That's funny, Senko. Is that what you tell yourself, baby? Exactly, Tim. So I don't allow them to make me feel less of myself, make me feel less attractive, because I don't. I know I'm just as attractive as they are. They just may have um some other things going for them that I don't have. But you see, I'm okay with that. Like an example of that would be, I don't need to have big boobs to feel good about myself. To where there's a lot of other women out there who will feel the exact opposite of me. But you see, the thing is why do they feel less of themselves um, by not having a size D cup size, as an example? You know, it's like, why? Because men may not be giving them the kind of attention they were hoping to get. Okay, so you're telling me, I guess in essence, you know, the way I look at it, the only way you feel you can get a man's attention is by having a big, you know, breast? No, that's the wrong type of attention. And that's not the attention I'm seeking. I'm perfectly happy with the way God made me. I'm not trying to change anything about my appearance. So, and that's the battle that most women have. They are always trying to compare themselves to someone who has more, or something that they like or wish they could change about themselves. I'll never try and change my physical appearance that way. I mean, it's just, I don't know. But that's me. So, Jericho, if she can't appreciate who you are, then she wasn't the one. Does that mean it doesn't hurt? Baby, I get it hurts. But you gotta love yourself more to let her go. Knowing that there's someone else out there who's more deserving of you, who will be loyal to you. He's not gonna be going out and trying to be with the next best looking guy who has more money than you or whatever. That's all you can hope for, baby. So I know it hurts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that she did that to you, but you gotta love you more. Because I love me more. Yeah, Peter, they do all that crazy stuff and I don't. I don't modify my image that way at all. I'm 100% natural. So, let me put this in my kitchen, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm gonna brush my teeth real quick. Excuse me for a minute. So he feels left out. He hasn't been getting much of my attention and he don't know what to do. Poor kitty cat. Okay. You heard me talking to Toby. Yeah, he followed me into the bathroom. And I can't just leave him in there because he likes scratching on the shower door or the shower wall. I know he's picking up seeing my dad. So he always wants either in the bathroom or he wants in my walk-in closet. And he goes to the same place every time. So it's like there's a doorway there to the spirit world. Amen, Sencope. You tell him, baby. Yeah, but Jericho wasn't necessarily laughing at you. I was just laughing at the guy that came in and was trying to press me with his, what was it, 3 inches, 4 inches? I can't remember anymore. I think it was 3 inches or something like that. I just, it's like, whatever. So, that day, you know, because it was just so freaking funny. And this happened, like, I think a few months after I started streaming. A couple of my mods noticed it. I was in here doing a reading. And while I was doing a reading for someone, somebody came into the chat and was talking about they had like 3 inches or 4 inches. It was something like that. I think it was 3 inches. And I missed it, but my mod saw it and they told me about it afterwards when I was done doing the reading, and we all had a big, huge laugh about it. It's like, I don't know what makes you think that I'm being impressed with 3 inches. It's like the only 3 inches that's going to impress me is a stack of $100 bills or a credit card with an unlimited credit line that I can use. That's it. So, Yeah, well, you know, Jericho, I just don't go around telling people about that. That stuff's too private and personal. My sex life is nobody else's business. Other than all I can tell y'all is I'm celibate, and that's all I can tell y'all. So, you know. There you go, Jericho. Get a stack of $100 bills. Make sure it stacks real high too, baby. Cause that's the only thing that would impress me. But I'm not thinking of that. Like, I understand y'all men, you know, y'all were put here to reproduce, but some of y'all get a little too carried away with it, and it's a turnoff to me. It's not like some of these disgusting guys that want to come in here and talk trash and be nasty and perverted. It's like, I don't know where the hell you came from. It's like, but see, my daddy would have told you get the hell off his property because you weren't coming anywhere near his daughter talking that way and thinking like that because he raised me to be smarter than that. So, but I know there's plenty of people out there that they get lustful and that's all they think about. It's like, nope, I'm not thinking along those lines. So, you know, it's like some of my friends would say to try and keep this PG. They have other ways of fulfilling their needs without having to connect with another body to do it with. So, and that's, you know, how I look at it, because sex isn't, you know, an intimate thing between two people. And I was raised it's supposed to happen between two people who love each other, not just for a good time or for that, you know, night of pleasure. No, it's supposed to be so much more than that. But I guess I'm old-fashioned, old traditional in that way. But I'm not ashamed of it either. Oh. Yeah, you very much have to have an emotional connection. You have to have a strong mental and emotional connection to someone before the physical can come with it. You know, I think over the years I've had people, my own friends tell me that I've gone out with some ugly guys to them. And no, they may not have been the best looking physically, but they had a heart of gold. And they knew how to treat a woman right. And that's what mattered most to me. It wasn't about their physical appearance. You know, I can overlook that if you have a heart of gold, if you're smart, you know, if you're a good person, that speaks attraction to me. So, but a lot of my friends can never understand that. It's like, well, I guess you're always gonna be disappointed then, because it's not to say that there's not good-looking people out there that have good parts, but majority of them allow their looks to get to their head, you can say. And then they don't know how to just be with one person, which is a bunch of crap to me too, so. Jericho, let's get something straight. I'm not even thinking about what you got down there. Okay? I'm just not. That's what you understand. I'm not thinking about that at all. And that would be with me dating anybody. That's the last thing on my mind. I want that emotional, mental, that spiritual connection. That type of intimacy, not the physical. The physical comes last. So, I'm not going around looking at guys like, oh, well, he must be small. Like, come on. That's just immaturity. That's being childish. No. Yep, there you go, Tim. I mean, and a lot of women would probably respond with something along the lines. It's like, well, if all you got is that, then you better know how to use something else well then. That's what a lot of them would say too, but... Jericho, we're not getting into that conversation. You're focusing too much on the wrong thing. You're missing the point. Hi, beautiful spirit. I just saw a bright gold spirit orb. Yeah, you have to mentally stimulate a person. Speak to their soul. Speak to their heart. It's not the physical. People who focus too much on the physical, they're immature. They're childish. They have no business being in a relationship then. Because they don't understand the foundation of what it's going to take to make a relationship work. Because that's not the physical that makes it last forever. It's the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. That's what makes it last, not the physical. Because let's be, honest. Physical beauty doesn't last forever. We're all going to age. We're all going to grow, wrinkles and gray hair and everything else. That's the cycle of life. So, but men in general, y'all are visual creatures. That I get. It's just like the conversation I had at the beginning of my stream. Tim was here for it, so was Eternal. It's like I saw a video on one of my days off, and it was a woman who she had hair about down to, I'll say it was probably about halfway down her back. That was the length of her hair. She was a pretty girl. And for whatever reason, she decided she needed a change. So she went to the hairdresser and ended up coming back with hardly any hair left on her head. And I don't know why she felt the reason to want to record her husband's reaction to it because he didn't know. But apparently he wasn't happy with it, but she didn't get to record his reaction. At least I didn't see that part of it. And a lot of guys in particular were talking bad about her and saying like, how can you do that? You went from being, cute, pretty to looking like a boy. And they were making all these jokes like, what did you do, change sides? Like, and did the almost, it looked like a boy's haircut, buzz cut. Did it fit her? Honestly, no. But, that's not what it was. What I was paying attention to or what I felt was important. See, I look beyond that. I look beyond the physical, and this is where I'm getting to my point. I noticed in the video she had a baby, a toddler, because it showed her in her car, in the back seat. And after she had chopped her hair, I could see the stress. I could see the strain in her eyes. Her energy was speaking to me. She had been worn out like most mamas are. And so it's like I had to tell these guys, it's like, you don't seem to understand. All y'all focus on the physical. What happened to loving the woman that you married? Loving her for her heart, her soul, and not what's on the outside. I said, have you ever stopped and considered how long it takes a mama to get herself ready? And are you going to be not just a good husband, but a father and be a hands-on dad and help her with taking care of the baby? So she has the time to get herself all fixed up and ready if you still want her to take care of herself. And let's be honest, who has 2 hours in a day to do that? Most people don't, especially mamas who are chasing after little ones. And I had to use it in this context, using me as an example. It takes me 2 hours minimum to get ready every single day. It takes me an hour to wash my hair, shower, and shave. And then it takes me another hour to go through, dry myself off, comb my hair, put on my lipstick, and find an outfit and put the rest of me together. Mamas don't have that luxury of time. So over the years, as long as far back as I can remember, women would come up to me all the time, compliment how beautiful my hair is, how much they loved it, how beautiful, how long, how healthy, all these different things about my hair. And the next thing that would come out of their mouth is, yeah, I used to have hair as long as yours, but I had to chop it. And they always told me it was for one of two reasons. One, it was either because the weight of their hair was causing them to have headaches. So in order to help their headaches, they would chop it to get the weight off their head. Okay, that I can understand. And then the other reason, because they were mothers, for simplicity, to save time during the day when you're trying to fix yourself up and also make sure your baby's taken care of and do all these other things. Like, you don't have time. So I get it. But no, could any of those men appreciate her for being a mother? Of course, she never said, she never gave any context of why she did it. That's what her energy told me, though. But no, you couldn't appreciate the beauty of her being a mother and being a wife. And yeah, she has to let something go. She has to sacrifice her hair so she can spend more time taking care of her baby, because obviously her husband isn't helping her, a few hours a day so she can fix herself up in order to keep her hair and such. And see, the difference of it is, I say 2 hours for me, but understand me. I'm not over there blow drying my hair either, nor am I putting makeup on my face except for lipstick. So I would need an additional hour to dry my hair, to blow dry it, style it, and put all the extra stuff on my face. 3 hours. So we'll just use me as an example. Mamas don't even have 2 hours to do that, let alone 3. Crazy. Nope. So I get why she did it. But could her husband appreciate that? Apparently not. Could any of those men look at her that way and see the sacrifices she was making? No. They only judged her for her looks because she looked so drastically different and went from looking, whatever they called her, cute, pretty, to looking like a guy. To her, she's physically unattractive. Okay, not your cup of tea, fine. But you're not the one who married her either. So that's like between her and her husband. But y'all want to crack all these jokes, make fun of her, or talk bad about her. And I just said to them, it's like, think of that in general, to women in general. You put so much stress and pressure on a woman to upkeep their looks, but did you ever stop and consider how much time it takes for a woman to do that? And then also the money involved? No, many guys stop. They don't stop and think about those things. So I can understand why she did it. Exactly. Mothers do have to sacrifice a lot. And to me, her sacrificing having her long, beautiful hair was the sacrifice that a mother would make to have more time with her child if she's not getting any hands-on help from anyone else. And it sounded like to me she wasn't, so. Hi, Journey. So, like I said, focusing on the physical, focusing on the wrong things, in my opinion. And, um, you know, I sat there and I thought about even, what if she ended up with cancer? So what if she ended up having to go through cancer treatment and her hair falls out? So she's less attractive now? She can't control that. But you guys only thinking with y'all's head and focusing on the physical, she's automatically going to be beautiful and attractive to being unattractive because she's losing her hair. Like, that's shallowness. It's the shallow immaturity I'll never understand because I'm not that way. So, because I even remember when my mama cut her hair and she had long hair like mine. And at one point in time, she did cut her hair. She cut it to her shoulders. She didn't want to do that, but she knew she had to sacrifice something in order to give us kids more time to make sure we were taken care of. So Jericho, you're focusing on the wrong things. You need to focus on what you can bring to the table for a woman, not the sexual part of it. That's just, yeah, not attractive in that way. That's just focusing on lust and not love. And there's a difference. And I understand people can confuse lust with love. They can conflate the two, I found. No, I don't conflate them. I know the difference between love and lust. So, Jericho, if that woman left you because the other guy's more attractive, well, that speaks about her. That speaks about her shallowness to me. She's focusing on the wrong things. Because just like her looks are going to fade, so is his looks. It happens to all of us. Even if you come from wealth, you can only do so much with cosmetic surgery. And I'm not saying you can't do some magical things, but I don't want someone altering my appearance that way. No, thank you. So, I'm a different breed. I'm happy with the way God designed me and built me. You know, I'm proud of the way I look. I love me for me. And it's like I tell y'all all the time, you either love me or you don't. I understand. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but at the same time, too, I'm happy within myself and I'm confident enough that I don't need to walk into a room and expect everyone to like me. I'm okay if they don't. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be proud of me. And if they can't see the beauty within me, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to try and prove myself or be someone I'm not just to gain someone else's approval and acceptance. That's not who I am. And I think that's what separates a lot of people. When we talk about self-esteem, self-worth, loving ourselves, our, dignity, especially when it comes to relationships, especially romantic love. I'm not going to sacrifice that just because I want someone else's love and acceptance. No, I don't have to do that. I mean, is it important for me to take care of myself? Yes. And I won't, argue with that. And I do the best to take care of myself. Um, but, I also understand, just like women, many women out there struggle. I know there's guys out there who struggle too that um, they may have some kind of health issue where their body retains too much water. So no matter how much they exercise, no matter how much they change their diet, they might always be bigger than everyone else because their body just can't get rid of all that water. Their body's holding on to it for whatever reason. As an example, and a person shouldn't be punished for something like that or be, less desirable over something they cannot help. If there's something that can be done about it, okay. And I'm not saying that there isn't treatments or medications out there for it, but then you take into account that there are many medications that cause side effects too. And, are you going to go through those side effects and that misery in order to look a certain way? It's not worth it to me. It's just not. So, I'm me. Exactly, Tim. There's the door. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And that's how I feel about it. I want a guy to impress me with his mind, with his intelligence, with his heart, his soul, his loving, caring nature, his ambition, be motivated, and want to build with someone. Not just build with someone, but love and care about someone too. Not someone who's just going to be pretty for a little while. Okay, that's a lot of different people out there. And, bring substance. I need more substance beyond just the physical. The physical is just like a small little piece of it when you look at the whole picture. So there's my rant about that. I just think people got more to offer to someone and to the world than their, physical appearance. But people don't focus enough on the inside. They only look on the outside. And it's a shame. So what do y'all think about what I said? What y'all's opinions? Excuse me. You think the way I think? Well, that's good to know. I wish more people thought the way I do. It's... I always think back to, Martin Luther King Jr. He always talks about, that he dreams of a day where people would stop judging each other for the color of skin and look inward at the content of their character. And that's how I see people in general. I don't pay attention to the color of your skin. I don't pay attention really to your looks. Sure, I got preferences, but it's not the most important thing. I want to know who you are on the inside, what goes on in your mind, how you see the world, how you view it, what are your goals, what are your ambitions, what do you want out of life? That's what's important. All the other stuff just has no meaning in my world. Hey, Russell. How you doing, baby? Good morning to you too, sweetheart. You want to know about your love? Osh something. Ash Hibby or Hibbish. And hello to you too. Well, I can do a love reading for you, but it costs money. I only do paid readings, honey. I have my board right here that has my prices. And there's also a pinned comment in the chat that kind of tells you. Oh, that's wonderful to hear, Russell. Oh, I can believe that book's just coming out amazing, baby. How much more you got left to write? And just so you know, Judith was here earlier tonight. She normally pops in within the first hour after my stream starts. She doesn't hang around that long, baby, because she's been trying to go to bed early because I know she's been more focused on trying to get a job. So she's been on the lookout looking for a job. But that sounds exciting, Russell. I can't wait to read it, baby. I've still been working on building up my other platform and working on my pre-recordings and still trying to get some of this office organized, situated. I still got a couple of things I gotta do. How's the florist business coming along? Finishing up the last 2 chapters. Oh wow, so you pretty much got a month left to go. Well, I believe you'll finish it. And I believe the book will come out good. It's really good at staying busy. Well, that's good to know. Because, I mean, look at the economy. But I know you get orders not just for, people who want to take flowers to someone or surprise them. I know it's for birthdays and weddings, and you probably even do some, funerals, too. But that's good to know. You're staying busy, baby. That's what I like to hear. I'm still waiting on you to send me a picture, baby, of the arrangement that you named after me, but I never got a chance to see it. Did I ever show you any of my floral pictures, Russell? Of some of the arrangements I got over the years? I thought I did. I couldn't remember for sure. That sounds amazing, Russell. Hey, I would love that right now, especially. But I'm glad you're able to live that way, baby. Has he come knocking around some more, asking for forgiveness, trying to get back into your good graces? You know, it's crazy, Russell. I got several different love oracle decks. I have one that's called a breakup oracle deck. I have one that's it's called a sneaky deck. Where it's like trying to pinpoint is someone else being sneaky. I even have a lover's triangle deck. It's like, I never would have guessed that they had these decks out there, but then again, it seems like love seems to be the #1 category that people want readings on. And of course, there would be those types of relationships out there where I could see why these decks would come into the fold. So yeah, I got some interesting decks. Oh, baby, well, look in the chat. Do you see the pinned comment? Do you see my name highlighted in yellow? If you can't read this board, it's in the chat. And it's right next to where it says Zelle and Venmo. My email address is right there. You filed an injunction on him, huh? An injunction for him to scatter and never come back. I even have a character deck for like love. I haven't even used it yet, now that I come to think about it. Where it tells you, like, could this be like the girlfriend or boyfriend or maybe even a stalker. It's interesting. Well, has your divorce gone through yet? Or are you still working through that? Let me see. I even have a deck that's called a Love Situations. Let me find the character one. Because you might get a kick out of it. Oh, I forgot I had that deck. Oh, where did I put it? Oh. There's the love triangle one. And then there's the sneaky deck right next to it. It's just too funny. That's not it. Oh, here it is. Oh, I love that, Russell. Well, Russell, you don't have to accept it, baby. Tell Spirit, you reject it. Just because you keep being shown that someone new is going to come into your life doesn't mean you got to accept it, baby. So here you go, Russell. Like, here's one. Here's the hottie. Their beauty gets them a lot of attention. They focus mainly on their looks. Looks that are at the top of their dating criteria. So here's the hottie. So these are the archetypes. Oh, and then we got the master flirt. A natural flirt who exudes confidence. They can woo anyone they desire. They're subtle, charming with a playful allure. The hopeful romantic. Believe in romance, but still practical. They believe love always finds a way. They play the field until finding the one. And then the workaholic. They prioritize their career over love. Often cancels plans because of work. Likely to find love at the workplace. So it has all these different characters in here. It can help tell you, like, if you're looking for love, like, who that person could be. But there's one in here that's called a stalker, which I laughed. An all-male deck. Yeah, we need one to help, you know, and with my beautiful LGBTQ plus community. Oh, and then we got the wealthy man. A successful and wealthy businessman has reached a high social status, expresses love by being a generous provider. That's what I need. So it has different characters like that. We even have one that's called the sex worker. Ignores their values for approval, always expects something in return, transactional relationships. Um, I don't know if I can show this card or not. Let's not. That'll be something I have to do in my membership stream only. We even got one that's called a sugar daddy. So here you go. Here's a sugar daddy one. So it's an interesting deck. You forgot what sex is? Me too, baby. I'm celibate, so I don't know what that is. You know, Russell, I did see a deck out there. There was a couple of them I saw, and it made me think of you because it's targeted more towards the LGBTQ plus community. But I can't remember what the name of it was. Now I have to find it. But I did come across a couple of them, so there's some out there, but there isn't a lot. So I have to focus on making one that's more targeted towards people like you, baby, so y'all can speak to it better. But I know there are some decks out there that speaks more to the guys in general than it does the ladies. Like I found a deck, a tarot deck, that's a baseball themed deck. And I thought, well, that'd be pretty cool because I know most of us understand baseball. And then there was another one that was it's a theme. I think it's based off of the Marvel characters and such, so you're about ready to sell a bit. You're funny, Russell. Yeah, I can't show you this card, but here's another one that says the friend with benefits. So I'm sure you can imagine what that one looked like. Oh, we have the stalker. Here you go. So here's the stalker. The stalker watching you. Yes, baseball. Well, you know, I might have to get that deck soon. It was an interesting, cool deck. So I'll look into it when I have some extra money to spend. I just don't have any extra money to spend right now to get any decks. I'm gonna have to wait a long while before I can buy any more. You're tired of being the sugar daddy. You want one now. Hey, baby, I understand that. You know, I'm no sugar mama, but I sure know that, hey, you know, Yeah. That person just ain't no good. And baby, you just gotta manifest it. You just gotta write that down, Russell. And then light a candle. Like on the night of the full moon. Burn the piece of paper you write it on. Tell the universe what you want. Write it down. And then the night of the full moon, um, be careful with fire. I know that. But get a fireproof bowl if you don't have a fireplace. And burn it in a bowl. And release it to the universe. That's manifesting right there. Oh, did you? Did you manifest a sugar daddy, baby? Because you need to manifest me one then. Definitely, Russell. I definitely need a lot more business. Yeah, so I can get more of these decks because I use them for y'all. A good amount of the money that I make from my readings goes back into the channel to purchase the decks that I have. Your manifestations have been happening fast, and you most certainly did not. Well, baby. And the full moon just passed too, baby. Wasn't the full moon Saturday? I think it was Saturday. And you know it's crazy? I forgot all about it myself. I didn't remember it till last night. I'm like, oh crap. I forgot about the full moon again. It was the black moon. Yeah, that's right, Tim. Well, that's good to know, baby. Hello, Clemens. Made a charm for sand and spirit, and they have been getting busy. Oh, I love the sound of that. Well, of course, you're over there by the beach too, baby. I need to come visit you, Russell. I need a vacation, baby. I need to be at the beach for a while. And I forgot about the Lionsgate portal too. That must have been the day that I was just wiped the F out because it slipped my mind. Until the day after, I was like, oh crap. Of course I would miss that. And I did. It's like, doggone it. So I guess I'll have to wait till next year. But I still believe in manifestations. I don't, I know the full moon helps, but I can manifest that anytime. Just gotta chew. Good morning, Andrea. Hello, Kurt. Hello, Guevara. If I didn't say your name right, I'm sorry. I'm Gravy. Thank you for asking. How y'all doing? Yeah, Russell, manifest it, baby. I'm just gonna keep saying, yeah, I'm gonna get what I want. It's already mine. I'm just waiting for the universe to deliver it to me now. Well, good evening to you too, Kurt. Where are you at? 'Cause I'm in the U.S. It's 4 o'clock in the morning for me, baby. You love blueberry Red Bull? Yeah, blueberry's one of my favorites. I actually like the strawberry apricot. That's my top favorite, but blueberry's my next favorite. Gold Beach, Oregon. Oh, okay. So it's 1 in the morning for you. Oh, you'll love the strawberry apricot. It's in an orange can. Um, I usually have one, but I haven't drank one tonight. I got one in my fridge. Tim, I can show you what the can looks like. Let me go grab one. I'll be right back. This is the strawberry apricot Red Bull. This is the one I normally drink. So it's the amber edition. I like that, Russell. You love to drink nectar. Got mango flavor right now. Is that Red Bull, Andrea? Ooh, excuse me. I don't keep up with them anymore. You like the orange whipped rock star or the C4 version? Yeah, I've never drank the Rockstar one. Um, the like Celsius, I haven't tried that one yet either. I've heard a lot about it, but unless I go up to the gas station, and that's rare, like I go inside to grab a drink, that'd be the only time it would come across my mind, and I'd have to see a can somewhere in order to remind me of it. Otherwise, I'm just going in there to grab what I already have on my mind to get, which is usually a Red Bull or a Mountain Dew, and then I get out of there. So, Celsius good. Try the peach one. Okay. I'll have to write me a note. I'll have to try and remember to grab me a couple just to try them. Because I used to drink Monster. Monster was my original energy drink, and I would drink the original. And I loved it when I was drinking it, but oh boy, I don't remember why I started drinking Red Bull outside of me when I started drinking the Jaeger bombs. And all I could think of is the grocery store must have been out of Monster. So the next thing I could get was Red Bull. And I knew I liked Red Bull just from drinking Jaeger bombs at the pool hall. So, and once I started drinking Red Bull, I couldn't stand the taste of Monster anymore. It's like, bleh, how did I drink that crap? Nope. I can't touch it anymore. I don't know why. So I stopped drinking it. Oh, yeah, Andrea. I got a Mountain Dew right here for you, girlfriend. Code Red. So, I even got my Mountain Dew. Well, I'll have to try. I mean, a few people have mentioned trying the Celsius ones, and I just haven't tried them yet. Yes, Russell, I'll be on tonight, baby. I already have the stream set up for tonight and tomorrow, Thursday night, and Friday night. My next day off will be Saturday. You're welcome, Andrea. I got you covered, honey. I even got the regular Mountain Dew in my fridge. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I do drink water too, y'all. Y'all just don't ever see me drink it, so. Okay, Russell, that sounds good, baby. I look forward to getting your email, honey. Sounds good, baby. See you tonight. Enjoy the gym. Get a good workout in, baby. You got to keep yourself in tip-top shape for your sugar daddy to come in. Send one my way too, baby. I still need my car fixed. Oh my goodness gracious. It's 4:15. So what other energy drinks do y'all drink that y'all think is good? I did try one that was, and I would have tried the Celsius that day, but the guy up at the gas station told me to try the other one, which one of my other subscribers always teases me, and I kept telling him I was going to grab one, and I still haven't grabbed one yet. And I can't remember the name of it, but the flavor was called a witch's brew, which was just hilarious. He needs to have more money than you now. Yeah, Russell, I heard that. He needs to have a lot more for me. I'm in Georgia. Red Bull Bang. No, Tim, I don't know what you're talking about, baby. I've never heard of it. I have no clue what that is. Hold on. Put this straight back. I've never heard of it. Again, like the only kind of drinks that I've ever heard of is the Red Bull, Monster, Celsius, Rockstar. And there's another one. And the flavor is the witch's brew, but I can't tell you what it was. It was supposed to be, I think, designed more for women. Is what the cashier at the gas station was telling me, and maybe that's why. I'm sure if I was to do a search on it, I'd be able to find it. And it was all right. It's definitely not my Red Bull though, or even no, I can't even say that about the Monster because the Monster is still nasty to me. At least the original one. I haven't tried any of the flavored monsters, so those I don't know about. Nope, I've never tried those. Someone did mention there's a coffee energy drink. Eternal, are you here, baby? Wasn't that you? Um, but I had, because I haven't been to the gas station inside the store, because I don't ever go inside the store when I have to get gas, when the rare occasion I do leave the house, because I pay at the pump. So there's never a need for me to go inside the gas station, unless I need a drink. Someone did mention a coffee one, though. So I guess that's another one I'll have to check out. I'm going to have to make me a whole list of energy drinks now I need to try. Are any of them cheaper than Red Bull? Can anybody tell me that? Because when I order my Red Bull, I get it in a case of, what is that? Is it four? It's four 16-ounce cans. So 16 cans total in per case. But they're 16-ounce cans. Because this is a 16-ounce can. Or no, 12, excuse me. What did I say, 16? Yeah, 12-ounce cans, excuse me. Oh, really? In New Jersey, y'all don't have, y'all don't have to pump y'all's own gas. Well, that's cool. No, you can get a, 10-ounce case of Red Bull. Um, but those are usually the 8-ounce cans. I'm not sure if they come in the 12-ounce. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been in the grocery store too and looked. But you can get, I know for sure you can get the 8-ounce cans in a 10-pack is what it comes in. But the flavored ones, those are only like 4 packs though. But it comes in a case. Like it's even in like the box it sits in. It has the Red Bull emblem around it, and it's shrink wrapped in plastic. And there's 4 of them, and they're 12-ounce cans. There's four 4-packs. Nope, down here we have to pump our own gas, which I don't mind. I don't mind getting out of my car and moving around. I mean, hell, I'm not lazy. Like, I'll go out whenever I go somewhere, whether it's the mall, grocery store. I'll park farthest from the front door just to make me walk. So, I don't mind getting out of my car and having to pump gas. But that's cool that y'all have that up there. I didn't know that. I thought pump attendance was the thing of the past, like my grandparents or my dad's era, not mine. So that's pretty neat. No, I didn't know that, but I've never been up to the Northeast either. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think Eternal fell asleep. That's alright. Because no, they don't pump gas up there either. People pump their own gas. Do they do that all around Northeast, Tim? Like, is that something they do in New York too? And what's that? What else is up there? Maryland and Maine and New Hampshire? Or is that just a New Jersey thing? Just a New Jersey thing. Wow. That's pretty cool. Why is it that way up there? Is there a particular reason why? Oh, it's a law. Why is it a law? Like something must have happened in order for that law to be written. Let me guess. Someone must have dropped some gasoline and then lit a cigarette or something and lit themselves on fire. New York pumps their own. Okay. That'd be pretty cool though. Monster has coffee. It's Java Monster. I haven't seen that one. I'll have to look next time when I think of going up to the gas station. Okay. Well, it's interesting though, baby, the fact that it's y'all's actual law there, state law. Like something happened that caused it to become law. I'd be curious to know why. It'd be an interesting story to find out it'd be something crazy like that. So yeah, I get out, I pay at the pump my own gas, and get back in my car and drive off. I rarely ever go inside the actual gas station convenience store. And I'm one of those people, when I'm out and about, I like to get in, get what I want to get or what I need to get, and get out. I don't like hanging around. You know, I always seem to be in a hurry. I don't know why, but I am. I don't know if I got that from my Asian side of the family or what. I don't know. Kurt, in New Jersey, it's a law that you have to allow a pump attendant to pump your gas. You're not allowed to pump your own gas. I didn't know that. Well, I'm sure those pump attendants probably make a lot of tips then. Um, do y'all tip them? It'd be natural for me to tip them just because I get they're making, a wage, but I would just wonder if they're actually making real minimum wage or would they be making a server slash bartender's wage because it's completely different. Oh, really? It was the same in Oregon until a couple months ago? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I got family in Oregon too. Of course, I hadn't talked to them in a long time, but they moved from California to Nevada and then from Nevada to Oregon. Hmm. Hi, beautiful Diane. Thank you, honey. They usually make minimum wage. Yeah, Tim, but there's a difference. I don't know if y'all know that. There's a difference between the actual federal minimum wage and a server slash bartender's wage. Okay, so like you think of your servers and your bartenders. Here they only make $2.13 an hour. They don't even make the federal minimum wage. Because they're supposedly should make up the rest of it in tips, but you see, a lot of times it doesn't turn out that way to where they end up making a lot less because it's based off of how busy the restaurant is, depending on how much they would make in tips. And thinking everyone is going to tip and not everybody does, which is just another load of crap. But it really, I can't stand it for people like that. That, they don't understand. They think that people who wait tables and bartend are making the federal minimum wage, and they're not. Their tips is supposed to be what their minimum wage is, but it doesn't turn out that way a lot. Yes, you did, beautiful. My other ninja popped in right on time. I appreciate you, honey. Okay. Well, that's cool to know, Tim. It's just, it's crazy. Right, and I can understand that, Tim, the safety concerns. Because even today, people are so reckless. Like, I've seen many times they'll have a sign posted somewhere at the gas station that says you're supposed to turn off your car while you're pumping gas. And then it also have another sign that says no smoking while pumping gas. But then you see these stupid idiots standing at the pump smoking a cigarette while they're pumping gas. It's like, really? You're really asking to like light yourself on fire and blow up the whole place. Okay. That sign is there for a reason, but they created for job creation too. That makes sense. And it's good that they did that. It became law back in 1949. Wow. So it's been around for 75 years. Over 75 years. 76 years. That's crazy. But it's a good thing they do that to help protect even people to have a job, even if it's just doing something like that. Because, I mean, I know, I know when I lived in California, I didn't see it often, but I did see at some of the gas stations out there, they did have pump attendants. Um, and I remember when I would be with my mama in her car, the attendant would come out there. In fact, it was actually asked. Like, there would be somebody out there sitting right by the pumps. And my mom would get out of the car and they would ask, do you need some help pumping your gas or do you got it? So it was like a choice. And usually my mom would pump her own gas, but I think every once in a while she would go ahead and let them pump her gas. And then while they're, putting the gas in the car, they're over there like cleaning the windows. And I heard my grandparents told me back in like the early years, they would even go in and check the fluids in your car, which I thought was a good thing too. Because what if your fluids are low? You could actually make more money off of that. Just if someone, has low oil and they just don't know. Well, we got a thing of oil inside. If you would like to purchase some, I'll put it in your car for you, kind of thing. So it makes sense from a business standpoint to help, increase sales. So I get it. But that's interesting. It's amazing. You learn something new every day. It's 4:30. Yeah, I can see the vapor issue being a problem. Um, I even know it's like I don't know if it's true or not, but I remember someone had mentioned, like, because of even like all the wildfires that are happening, like out there on the West Coast and like California and Nevada and all that, I guess they even had a bill passed into law, and I think it's been in like the last recent years, where you're not allowed to even smoke outside in public anywhere. It's supposed to be a safety hazard, and it's also so it's to help protect people. Um, and I can only assume part of it's contributed to, people smoking while they're pumping their gas, right? But I think it's also to help like protect others who have lung problems and such. But I don't know if it's true or not. But I can understand why they would create a law like that, because most people, I ain't gonna say most people, there's a lot of people out there who aren't responsible and use their head. So, yeah, cleaning the windows using that squeegee. And it always helps, see out your window. I can only imagine what mine looks like right now. Man, my poor car. Mm-mm-mm. And I do see people driving around with empty gas cans, or they'll have a gas can um in the back of their car, and then something happens where the gas can will leak, and then a fire breaks out because of it. I've heard of that happening a couple times. So that I can see being a safety hazard too. Exactly, Kurt. That's exactly what happens. Because I even saw a video one time in recent years where if something happens and it had to do with a gas canister being in the back of someone's car, and they just so happened to be at a gas station, and the gas station blew up. It's like, oh crap. So everybody got, died. I don't remember where it happened at though. That was what, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago when I came across it, but I could not tell you where I saw it at. It could have been on regular TV, it could have been on the internet. I don't recall where I saw it at exactly. I just remember seeing it. Oh, yeah, that's true. It's dangerous out there. I mean, I get why some people would want to drive around with a gas canister. You just never know. But me, no thanks. I don't want to take that risk. So I always fill up my car when it's down about right below half a tank. I fill it back up. I don't take that risk because I know, because it'd be that one time I get stuck in traffic somewhere and almost be out of gas, and there's no gas station anywhere close by. That would be my luck. So it's always been a rule of mine. I always make sure I fill my car back up when it gets right around a half a tank. That way I always know I got gas in my car no matter what. Yeah, because it's bad to allow your car to run off of fumes. Even though many people do that, but it's not good for the car. But then people will say to me, but what about all the extra weight you're carrying around? You're just burning more gas by carrying the extra weight with the gas in there. It's like, whatever. I'd rather burn, carry the extra weight than take the chance of running out of gas and getting stuck somewhere. No thanks. So, that's just me, though. No, that sounded like a semi. That was pretty loud. But it was off in the distance, though. It didn't sound like it went by my house. It sounded like it was down the road. Yeah, that was weird. Almost sounded like an echo. But I'm not under any bridge or passage. Well, however, in order for me to get on the freeway, I do drive over the bridge to go get on the freeway. So maybe there was a loud semi that went underneath the bridge. Ah, that was loud. Sorry. No, Kurt, can't say that I have. That's crazy. I don't understand why they would cut the torch sticks either. Like, why would he blow up his yard? Unless, like, I don't know. There is, someone taught me this some years ago. That if you were to, like, go through and burn your grass, like, right. Oh, man. Was it right before spring? If you were to burn your grass, like all the, you know how the grass goes dormant in the fall and winter, and when it comes back it starts growing in green. Well, someone told me if you burn all your grass and when it starts growing back in spring, it comes back like bright green. It's like, wow. And she was like, "You don't believe me? Watch this." And someone showed me, and he did it into a small portion of his yard. And yeah, when it grew back, that one patch was green. It's like, that's crazy. And I recall I asked my landscaper guy about it, and he said, yeah. So it was interesting. Oh, yeah, when you mix certain chemicals together, it goes, it explodes. Yeah. Thank you, Salmon Tender. So, dealing with the different chemicals, the environment, I know there's certain places, certain things you're supposed to watch out for. Maybe, Kurt, I don't know. People have to tell me that. I don't make assumptions. Well, beautiful people, I reckon I'm gonna go here in a minute. It's 4:45 in the morning, and I'm gonna have to get some sleep if I'm gonna come back here tonight. Well, thank you. I'm quite charming, huh? What makes me charming, Kurt? Hmm. You're tired yourself, Tim? Yeah, I can imagine, baby. Yeah. Because I still got to do a couple things before I actually go climb in bed, actually. Just got a cold chill. Crow hair and figure. I don't know what crow hair means unless you're just talking about my black hair. So, okay. I just got cold again. Hunter boy never came back, so hopefully he'll come back tonight. A native reference? Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm not Native American. And they give you chills too. Yeah, Tim, I think it's my spirit guides also let me know that I probably should cut it out for the day. I've been wanting to come back during the day, in the daytime, and I just haven't made it on yet. Because there are some people I never get a chance to see anymore, unless I hop on during the day. So, maybe I can do that Friday or something, but we'll see. Well, my beautiful people, I really did enjoy hanging out with y'all tonight and having the chats, and thank you for everyone who been here supporting me, for all the people who made donations, bought readings, and all you beautiful people who believe in what I do, and the ones who have also sent me care packages and gift boxes. I greatly appreciate y'all so much. So thank you for y'all's love and support. I'll be back tonight for Rebel Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see y'all then. Until then, beautiful people, have a beautiful day. Good night.